Hi everyone, it is me, Lyric Soul Tarot here, and today I'm going to do another hashtag video response. This one is hashtag 16 tarot faves, and this one is where you go through the court cards and you pick your favorite court cards from all the decks that you have. So, first of all, I want to apologize for the lighting. It was super sunny earlier, and then all of a sudden while I was getting ready to do this video, it got like super overcast and dark out, so it's like this weird lighting. I don't know. Also, I'm moving in next month, but I'm starting to clean and pack now, and so I have a different setup here where my phone is on, so if it's crooked, I apologize. It's a lot more precarious than the box fan picture frame phone. It's box fan, decorative metal box that I have my some of my tarot cards in phone. It's weird. I don't know. When we're done, I'll show you the metal box that it's standing on, so you can get an idea of how dangerous this is. I feel like there should be like Mission Impossible, like music playing in the background or whatever. But, okay, so I did cheat for a lot of these. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you now. Here we go. Let us start with the wands. And okay, so the page or knave of wands, I have these two cards. This one is from the Tarot of the Magical Forest, and this one is from the Good Tarot. And it's the Page of Fire, and then this is the Knave of Wands. And I like them for different reasons. Obviously, the Page of Fire, she's gorgeous. She's a tiger down here. She's just the colors, the energy I'm getting from this card. And then, of course, this little guy. I picked this one because I did a lot of readings with this deck just to get to know it better. I did that last week, and this card kept popping up in almost every single reading. It was crazy, so that's why I picked this one. Plus, he's so cute. He's like, let's go. And then, so for the Knight of Wands, I have from the Tiferet Tarot deck. This is the Knight that I chose. And I just love this deck so much. That's beside the point. I love the movement in this card. I love that this fat, button-eyed pig is just bouncing through this candy cane forest. Candy cane lollipop forest, and with her on his back. So I just love the movement of this card. And then for the Queen of Wands, I have these two. This is from the Line Strider Tarot, and then this one is from the Shadowscapes Tarot. And I like this one because she's just so, I don't know how to explain it, regal. And she's playing this harp instrument for these foxes down here. There's a fox at her feet. There's a bird up here. There's different fairy nymphs in the tree. So she's just playing for everyone, and it's just beautiful. I like the energy that it gives me. And then for the Line Strider, Sunflower Cat. I love the expression on her face, which it probably won't zoom in on. Trying to get it to, but anyways, I like the expression on her face. She's soft, yet she is like, okay, I'm understanding of the situation, but she's also powerful, which a queen should be. And then for the kings, so I have this one from the Tiferet Tarot. deck, King of Wands, and told you I love this deck. I cannot say enough good things about it. I love that the dragon is coming out from under her skirt and it's blown fire on this little dude who thought he could, but he cannot. And then I have this King of Fire from the Good Tarot, and I just love his face, and he's holding the heart, or his heart maybe, and then he has the ring of rays around his head, and he just looks so wise and kind. Like, I would go to him if I had any problems. I like that in a king. No, what to say. So then we have, then we have the Suit of Swords. And let's start with the page. I told you I cheated a lot in this one, and I totally did. So here are the pages of swords that I picked. This one is from the Mucha Tarot, and then this one is from the Ophidia Rosa Tarot. And obviously I like this one because it's much more intuitive. I just love the imagery of the candle, the one little leaf here, the bundle of leaves and roses. Can't explain why I love it, but I love it. And then this one from the Mucha Tarot. This is actually, I don't know if it's the same in every single deck, but this was the extra card that I got in my deck. I know there's like some misprinting thing where you get an extra card, and this was the extra card I got. I don't know if it's the extra card everybody gets, but so I have the extra card hanging up in my room. I like that I got an extra card. I'm not even mad about it, but I love the expression on his face, and he's just pondering, and he's thinking, and he's just looking off. I like that. I like that a lot. Then we have the Knights, and I have 3 for this one, you guys. I could not pick. So here's my 3 Knights. This is from the Line Strider. This is from the Luminous Spirit Tarot. And then this one is from the Fenestra Tarot. So let's do this like this. So this is from the Line Strider. And I like this one because it's so, okay, I've said this like 50 million times already, and you're gonna get sick of hearing it, but I'm a history major, and I love that it reminds me of Rome, like ancient Rome. I love that feeling. It's kind of my thing. I love that there's just like this touch of red color, like blood, passion, and the horse is like moving, and the guy with his sword, and he's all like, ah. It's very Roman to me, and I love it. Okay, and then we have this guy from the Luminous Spirit Tarot, and I just love this. It's just a guy's face and a sword. It's so simple, right? But it's so beautiful. He's crying. Looks like he's like in pain, but he like knows like what needs to be done. I don't know. I just love it. And then we have this guy from the Fenestra Tarot. And I just love the movement in this card, the action of this card. He's on his horse. He's got his sword in the air. His hair is flying out of his man bun. And he's all like, let's go. Let's do the thing. And I'm like, yeah, we should do that thing. Love it. Then we have the Queen of Swords. And I have 2 cards here. It was only just the one, but then I added another one in last minute. And I'll tell you why. So these are my 2 Queen of Swords. This is from the Tarot of the Magical Forest, and then this one is from the Legend of the Arthurian. And this is the one I added in last minute, only because this was my very first deck that I ever got, and I wanted to include a card in it. It was packed away, and then, like I said, I'm moving, so when I did my 22 faves, This deck was packed away along with another deck that I'm actually have in here that I didn't have in my 22 faves. So I was cleaning yesterday and I pulled out those two decks. So that's why this is in here. I just wanted to include it. I do love it. I love that she has, you know, books and scrolls down here by her feet. The cat next to her. She looks very regal, and but you can still like go to her if you have issues. With this queen, she's just super cute. She's got her sword. There's the cliff. She's facing away from the cliff. I just love her. She's so cute. But we all know that I love that deck. So we have the King of Swords, and I picked two. This is from the Shadowscapes Tarot, and this is from the Mucha Tarot. And I like this guy because he's calm. He's just sitting there thinking, contemplating. He's got on top of his sword is an owl, but his foot is on a skull, and there's like darkness coming off of his wings. And you know he means, like, when he's in action, you know he means business. But right now, he's cool. Right now. And then we have this King of Swords from the Mucha Tarot. And I just love his expression. I love that he's stood up from, like, you can get that sense. He just stood up from his throne, and he's pulling his sword, and he's looking at you like, are you sure? Are you sure? I am not the one, and today is not the day. Also, his throne has butterflies on it, which is not extremely masculine, but I love it. Next, we are going to go on to the Suit of Pentacles. So here we have the Page of Pentacles. And this is from the Lion Strider Tarot, and then this one is from the Ophidia Rosa. And I love this one just because it's, like, again, it's an intuitive deck. If you haven't watched my review for that, I will link that in the cards for you guys to go ahead and check out. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. And there's like no like overt like, oh, this is overtly the Page of Pentacles. That's what we're on, right? But I mean, it is, I don't know. And then we have this chick from the Lion Strider. And I was just going through, and I was just like picking out all the court cards, and then I was going through them all. Because there's very few court cards that I actually love. There's a few coming up that I absolutely adore, and I knew I would put in this challenge. So, but normally I don't really connect to them that much, if that makes sense. I do, but I don't. I don't know. Anyways, this is the Page of Pentacles from the Lion Strider, and I just loved her expression, her like demeanor. She's just hanging out naked with a cape on and stockings, as one does, with her little companion down here, and they both have pentacle in their hand. Or her little companion looks like a monkey, and he has like an apple. And whatever she's holding, it's colored yellow, so it's supposed to represent a pentacle, but I'm pretty sure it's just an apple as well. But I just love her expression. She's looking down at it like, I like that. Also, her body be banging, just saying. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And this one is from the Fenestra Tarot, and then this one is from Tarot of the Mermaids, or Tarot of Mermaids. This is the other deck that was hidden away and was on my shit list, to be honest. I got this 2 years ago, I believe, and I went through it once. The cardstock is shit, and I made a review about it on my main channel, and I hadn't touched it since. I pulled it out yesterday while I was cleaning, and I was like, oh, well, let's just look through it. And I'm actually honestly surprised that I'm connecting to it now more than I was 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, I didn't even want to give it a chance. So I like stuffed it away and I didn't even look at it, didn't even think about it until like 2 years later. And then I was like, oh yeah, I have this tarot. Oh yeah, I remember why I didn't like it. But now I like it? I don't know. Tarot and timing, very, very strange things, right? So this is the Knight of Pentacles that I picked for, well, one of them. But I just went through, I'm going to have to play with this deck a lot more. That's beside the point. I love that she's on a freaking like water horse. It's like a, what are those things called? There's a name for them. I know there is. It's like one of those horses with a sea tail. Sea tail. But you know, oh, My Little Pony has let me down. They're my favorite My Little Ponies too, because they live in the water. Anyways, they're like mer horse, right? Is that what it's called? I don't know. I think that's what it's called. But she's sitting on this mer horse who's like going through the water like a freaking crocodile. And she's holding, I believe it's a glass ball, bubble, pearl that represents the pentacles in this deck. And I just love it. I like the expression on the horse's face. He's like, what's going on? And she's just not focused on where they're going because she knows that this guy is going to get her to where she needs to go. She's more focused on what she's holding. Same with this. He's on his horse. This is from the Tiferet Tarot. I love how regal he looks. He's straight. He's got a purpose. He's got a mission. He's holding his pentacle in his hand. He's looking forward, but he's more looking at that than anything. He's real cute too. Like, he cute. A lot of people are attractive in the Tiferet Tarot. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. It was my second, was it my second tarot deck? Yeah, it was. I should do like a story kind of deal about my journey to tarot and all that nonsense, so you guys can hear the fun stories. But that was my second, the Tiferet deck was my second deck ever. I used it for years and years and years exclusively. That's another story. So let's move on to the Queen of Pentacles. And I have two. Surprise, surprise. This is from the Nicoletta Sicoli, and then this is from the Good Tarot. So I picked the Nicoletta Sicoli only because it's Nicoletta Sicoli, and she's super aesthetic. I made a unboxing review of this deck. It's not up yet, but in it I say that if I could change this appearance to anything, I would have this style and that hair, and it's just so like aesthetically pleasing to me, as most of her artwork is. And then this, for more practical reasons, it's the Queen of Earth, which is the Queen of Pentacles, and I just adore her. She has vines coming up her shoulder. Just, she's so beautiful. She has antlers. She's a butterfly on her shoulder. She's looking over her shoulder. Everything about this card, I love. Love. Then we have the King of Pentacles, and this is from the Luminous Spirit Tarot, and I just love his face. Just love his face. It's very simple picture. He has the pentacle in the background. There's like holly or berry branches coming out of his beard with little pentacles here and there. His eyes are closed. He's like, his brow is kind of like furrowed, like he's thinking, but it's not. He's still like peaceful. He's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. You know, I like him a lot. Last but not least, we have the Suit of Cups. And this is the Page of Cups, or the Knave of Cups, if you will. And this is from the Tiferet Tarot. And this is one of the cards that I absolutely love and connected to, and knew that I was going to be putting in this spot. Also, you notice it's the only one. It's the only one. I just love, he's like so, he's just like, he's standing on the land, but he's behind the water. He's got the cup, the fish is jumping out of it, and he's like, yeah, look at this, it's a cup. It's a cup with a fish in it. There's cliffs in the background with the water split. Like, the movement and his hair flying. I love this card. I cannot explain it. But when I was going through the deck for the first time, this card just caught my eye right away. I just love it. And then for the Knight of Cups, we have his brother from the Tiferet Tarot, and then we have her from the Good Tarot. So let's talk about this guy. I said it's his brother because honestly it looks like they're brothers, doesn't it? So in my mind I made that connection, like they're brothers. But I love the horse that he's riding in on. He's riding the horse from the land into the water. The horse is so ornate. It's got like gold and decorations all over it. And he's holding up this cup, showing it off. I love it. And then for her, the Messenger of Water, I just love this image. I'm not gonna lie, I just love this image. She's looking at that little seahorse. She's clearly underwater. Just so pretty. And moving on to the Queen of Cups. I only have one, oddly enough, and it is from the Anna K Tarot, which I have a review on. Not gonna spoil anything, but that should be, it's coming up. But if you watch my 22 faves, you'll see that I'm not normally a fan of this artwork, but, or I should say deck, but this card, I really love this card. I just love how she's got her feet in her hand in the water. She's sitting on this rock and she's got the cup in her hand and she's just, she seems so, I don't know how to explain it, her expression on her face. It's like distraught but calm, thinking, closed off, but wanting to reach out. I don't know. I don't fucking know. And last, we have the King of Cups from the Luminous Spirit Tarot. Wow, I forgot for a minute. I always have to look at the backs and I'm like, oh yeah, Luminous Spirit. And I just love him. He's so cute. His face is so warm and inviting. The water is flowing out of the cup around him. He's a king that I could go to and be like, look dude, this is what's up. And he'd be like, I got you. I got you. So yeah, that was a lot shorter than I thought it would be, but those are my hashtag 16 tarot faves. Cheated a lot, but that's okay. So I will link the original that Steven did down below. Check it out. He's so fun. I love his videos. I've been watching a lot of them lately. So check that out. Also down below I will leave where you can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. And I will see you in my next video. Namaste. Just started raining, you guys. I love the rain. I'm sitting right next to my patio windows and I can smell the rain. It's so nice. The camera's moving. Okay. So this is what my phone was sitting on top of right here. And these are in there just so it doesn't fall over, so it's a little bit more centered. And then look at this mess that I made. Oh my gosh, I don't want to clean it up. Ugh. Well, my life is a mess, so I guess it works.